Hello everyone, I am Jitender Singh Dahiya. I welcome you to read my story where I interview authors, speakers, coaches, celebrities, entrepreneurs and more. Today I have with me Miss Srijitha Mohan. She has done MBA, Strategic People Management, certified corporate trainer, NLP Master Practitioner, certified performance and competency development, certified behavioral and EI coach, certified IELTS trainer and certified digital content writer. So she is also the founder of Learning Professionals and has an experience of more than 15 years, out of which 12 years into training and development. She is a corporate trainer, soft skill trainer, leadership trainer, NLP master practitioner, and advanced life coach, behavioral and emotional intelligence coach, and a content writer. Her objective is to work with organizations and individuals to help them achieve growth and behavioral changes. She also works to identify and analyze the learning needs and create customized training programs. Her programs are designed for individuals and groups to upskill seasoned and young professionals, irrespective of their industry. Today, she will be discussing with us about her life journey. So let us hear from her. Welcome, Srijitha. The platform is open, and now over to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jitender, for giving such a wonderful introduction. Um, First of all, hello to all the viewers of your channel. And I would like to again introduce myself. My name is Srijitha Mohan, and I am a corporate trainer, founder of Learning Professionals. And I have been in this industry for more than 12 years. I've worked with corporates. I've worked as senior project manager, as senior training and development manager. I have upskilled everybody from the freshers to the leadership level. I've taken trainings in the companies. And then I've also certified, along the way, I've certified myself, kept on learning, kept on understanding the new things that are happening in L&D, and kept on updating myself, because this is a field where if you do not update and do not learn, keep on learning, you cannot grow. So that has also been a parallel path for me, where I've kept on certifying and learning new things in the learning and development field. And now I have, since I've been in corporate for so many years, I understand everything about what the learnings are, what type of learnings and upskillment should happen for professionals. And therefore, I have thought of I've actually started my own consultancy with the name Learning Professionals, with the main aim of, with the main goal of upskilling professionals so that they can reach their career objectives within an organization, and also to help organizations to enable their employees to, align with their organizational objectives, to train them in such a way that it aligns with their organizational objectives and goals. So that is my mission and vision when it comes to finding my own consultancy. And I want to reach a larger audience, because when it's in corporate, it's like limited to the section of the organization itself. But now I want to reach a larger audience. I want to upskill people from different industry, from different organizations, from different levels, either on an individual basis or as a group, on a group basis, whatever is the requirement. And this is basically my goal right now in life.
So wonderful. So good to be with you here on this platform. It would be a wonderful session today, hoping for the great outcome for our audience too. So first thing first, I'd like to know about your past life, how it has affected you to become what you wanted to be and what you are.
Okay, I come from I come from a very middle class family. My father is a banker, retired right now. My mom is a housewife, and I am the eldest daughter. I have a younger brother, and as with every middle class family, we are going through all
Right.
the normal education, school. I've done all my education from Delhi, so school, college, as well as my MBA from Delhi, and then I started working in an organization as a financial analyst. And in the course of working, there were times where a lot of corporate trainers used to come and give trainings. So our
Right.
corporates used
Right.
to conduct such trainings for us, and I was always in awe of those trainers. They were so good, and the way they imparted the knowledge was so good. So I was always in awe of them, and deep, deep, deep down, I wanted to be like them. Um, right. So,
Great.
but it is always difficult to stand in a public platform and
Right.
start speaking. But I guess universe has its own way of bringing your deep desires into action.
Correct.
So I got that opportunity in my organization to do process trainings, because I was very good at certain processes in the organization. So do certain process trainings and for freshers, and I took that opportunity and I started giving trainings, and I found that I was enjoying it. I
Okay.
was having a blast giving trainings, and I was doing quite well because the reviews of those who were attending the training were also very, very good. They enjoyed my
Wonderful.
trainings. They used to understand what I was saying, and I was able to connect with the audience.
Right.
So that gave me a boost, as to why not, go into the field of learning and development, go into the field of trainings. And then I started doing my research as to how to go into this field, and started certifying myself, understanding what our certifications are important.
Right.
And gradually, slowly, from process trainings, I found out that my niche was also soft skill. I could also do leadership, and it just kept on growing step by step. I kept on finding my way. um, I kept on learning, I kept on polishing myself, and here I am. So I have now
Great.
more than 12 years experience in this field.
So wonderful. So if I talk about your passion in life, what would that be?
My passion right now is to provide whatever knowledge I have, to impart it, to give
Okay.
it to people. Whatever experience I have gained in my life, in my corporate life, to give it
Hmm.
to people. Whatever mistakes I have done, to make sure people do not do those
Right.
mistakes. Through my learnings, I want to tell them that do not do these mistakes. You can learn, you can have your own mistakes. We can all do our
Right.
own mistakes and learn
Right.
from it. But there are certain mistakes I have done, and I have grown through it, and I've understood those mistakes. I want to impart those as well. I want to impart my knowledge. I want to impart my learnings, and I want to basically make people, grow stronger when it comes to skills. They should
Correct.
not be, in a blank route as to what do I do next, where should I
Right.
go. So I want to be a kind of a guiding force to them, and I wish to do that through my training consultancy and reach more and more people out there.
Really nice thought. Great on your part that knowledge is the one thing which we acquire through hard work and labor, whatever we put in. And if we start sharing that with people so that it would be easy for them to maybe to get success fast or maybe to grow in life fast, so that will help them really. This is wonderful. So if I talk
Thank you.
about your work and experience, you have like specified few of the things. If I ask you about that in detail, what would that be? How you started? What all you have done in your career?
Yeah, so I started with MBA post graduation. After
Mhm.
my graduation, I did my post graduation MBA, and I did it in finance because my father is from a banking
Banking
background. So
background.
it was by default that I went into finance. So I started with finance, and then I got, through placements itself, I
Mhm.
got the opportunity to work in a company. It was an Indian company, and I worked as a financial analyst there for some time. And then I also have managed teams, seeing that I was a very people-oriented person.
Right.
And after I joined my organization, these were the skills that I discovered about myself. That I was a very
Mhm.
people-oriented person. Even my manager started discovering that, and I
Mhm.
was good at what I was doing. So I was given a team to manage of three people. Sorry, of two people, including me, it was three.
Okay.
So two people to manage the entire process, and from there I slowly started growing, and of
Right.
course I changed my field also. I was
Okay.
doing process oriented trainings. I was managing a processing team, as well
Right.
as I started certifying myself. So it was like a divergent, a lot of things that I was doing at the same time,
Okay.
right? And then I also switched companies. I worked as senior training manager for a recruitment firm, where I had trained people. I had introduced induction programs there. So and I have managed one of their leadership programs. I've conducted
Okay.
one of the leadership programs also. So and after that, I took a break for 4 years,
Mhm.
and now I've come back, and with the mission, as I told you, to upskill, to reach out more people, because
Right.
what I've
Right.
learned, I want to reach out to more and more people and give it to them.
Right. So, like you started training and development uh, from your organization itself.
Yes, yes.
So, when was
That
the
was given
time
an
you
opportunity.
started it full time? Like leaving your organization and
Yes,
started full time.
absolutely. Yes, once I started giving trainings, I understood that I have that in me. I
Mm-hmm.
can do it. But process training is something which is very specific to a particular
Ah,
organization, to a
correct.
particular team, right?
Correct.
So you can only grow that much. So how do I grow this skill of mine where I can use this training? And for that I had to upskill myself first. So
Right.
until and unless I don't do that, I cannot reach a larger number of audience, and I
Right.
cannot increase my purview of learning and development,
True.
right? So I started learning myself. I started exploring myself as to what my interest is all about. Where is my interest lying? Because
Great.
I'm passionate about reading. I'm passionate about reading. I read a lot of books. I love reading books. So
Okay.
from there, I get a lot of knowledge, and from there, I slowly I understood that this knowledge can also be imparted to people,
Correct.
and
Correct.
these are basically those soft skills. When you read books, those are those soft skills that are given into us, right?
Right.
Process skills are something which the organization gives us, but
Correct.
books gives us all those soft skills, all those powerful skills that we have, that we can apply our process trainings in a very better manner, all right,
Correct.
and we can grow. So those books gave me a path to increase my purview of trainings into soft skill, to take it to the next level, to soft skills, to
Right.
leadership training, and that's how I ventured into those as well. And my organization used to give us this platform to give some trainings, to give you some public speaking. So I used to take that opportunity up. I never
Okay.
let that go. Whenever I got that opportunity, I used to go
Mhm.
and give it, apart from the process training, whatever training, so that I'm also able to understand what are the improvement that I have to bring in myself with every training,
Right. Right.
and that kept on happening, and I kept on polishing myself on that front.
Great. 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 Wonderful. So, if I talk about your like vision, mission, and goal for next 5 to 10 years, what would that be? What do you want to do in these 5 to 10 years?
I want to make my training consultancy a household name
Okay.
with all organizations understanding that that I can provide them the
Mhm.
they should consider me, my
Mhm.
training consultancy, as as a vendor. They can involve me. So
Right.
that is one mission of mine, to grow my training consultancy, to
Mm.
grow the reach of my training consultancy. The
Right.
second mission I have is to write a book. I told you I love reading books. So
Mm.
I really want to write a book one day, when all this busyness of setting up the company and making it grows gets to a point where, yes, now it can be managed. Once that is done, my next mission in life, my next goal in life is actually to write a book. Write a book of
Okay.
all my experiences, like write a book of all the learnings that I have done, and so that I can reach out even more to people,
Correct. Correct. Correct.
to even more people. And
Right.
yeah, so this is my goal. These are my two main goals right now in my
Great.
life.
Wonderful. So you want to write a book, whatever you have learned in your life, you want to put all these things into that book. Really
Absolutely,
wonderful.
yes.
Really wonderful. So if I talk about your learnings in life, what are your learnings in life from your personal and professional life both?
One first learning I would like to tell you is that do not hesitate to ask for help.
Right.
Okay, we all like, I know that without help I will not be able to do anything. I have a
Correct.
little child to look
Correct.
after,
Correct.
and it is very difficult. Without any support, without any help, I cannot do it. On
Yes.
a professional front also, if I need a help, if I need to understand something, it is okay to go and ask some other person, some
Correct.
colleague in the same field, as to what does it mean.
Mm.
Everything I can't know, it's not possible, it is
Not
not possible
possible.
at all.
Mm.
So never ever hesitate to ask for help. Keep
Correct.
all your ego aside, keep everything aside. This
Definitely. This is
vulnerability of
really important.
ours, this vulnerability, people think that this is a vulnerability
Ah,
that people will disapprove of, but I'm telling you, this is a vulnerability that people will approve of. The more
right.
you go out there and the more you ask for a help from other person, the other person will come forward to help you out. It is
Correct.
going to happen, and they're going to appreciate you for asking that support and for asking that help. It is very,
Right.
very important to keep everything aside. Second learning that I would like to share is that always find out new things to learn.
Right.
Always be inquisitive about things. Try to, if there is a new thing, try to find out what is it all about. Don't just stop and say, okay, someday somebody will come and tell me. That's not going to
That
happen. Go
that
out
would
and
not
learn.
happen. Yeah, that would not happen.
Absolutely. Find out ways, research, do all your learnings, improve
Mm.
your knowledge, keep on improving. Learning never stops, and you should
Correct.
always be a
Correct.
learner.
Correct.
The more you learn, the more you grow, the more knowledge you have, the more confident you become.
Definitely.
People have this.
If you see anybody who is a great successful person in life, they all are learners. They all are readers.
Absolutely, yes. So the more you read, the more you learn, go and approach people. Learning happens in different ways. You can read a book, you can
Right.
attend a webinar, you can go for an LMS, you can ask people, whatever way it is. Just keep on learning, keep on taking
Correct.
new ideas. And third thing, most important learning is that opportunity never knocks your door. You have to go and find it out. It is out there.
Correct.
Right? If I sit down and I say that somebody is going to knock my
Ah.
door and tell me, okay, come and sit here and I'll give you everything,
Ah.
that's never going to happen.
True.
That's never going to happen. You have to go and sit there on the table,
Correct.
and you have to present yourself. You have to show what you have.
Mm.
That is the opportunity. Sitting on that table is that opportunity. Finding a way to sit on that table is that opportunity that you're creating for yourself.
Correct.
Right? One of my favorite quotes is that if opportunity doesn't knock your door, build a door. That's one of my favorite. That's like a life motto for me. You have to go out there and you have to punch
Correct.
out everything.
Correct.
You have to do all the trial and error method, and
Ah.
only then opportunity will knock your door.
It's your
Actually, it will come back.
responsibility. It's actually your responsibility to go and knock the door of the opportunities.
Absolutely. No, nobody knows you. Nobody
Yes.
understands you. Nobody knows you. Nobody
Yes.
knows what you're going to offer. If you do not show them, if you
Right.
do not sit at the table and talk to them, this is what I can offer. You have to be there. Only then opportunity you will get. Otherwise, even if the opportunity is right there in front of you, you will not be able to see it.
Correct. This
Right?
is
So
really
never,
important.
Yes, so never, ever think that people will come and give to you things. Go out there, explore, be a person sitting on the table and try to analyze things and find out opportunities for yourself. It is all
Right,
out there.
right.
Your opportunity is waiting for you. It's just that you have to go and search for it.
Correct.
It
This
will
is
not
really
come to
important.
you.
You have to go out. Correct.
Yeah. So
So
these are
if
the
I,
three learnings that I'm going
yeah,
to share.
yeah. And if I would like to ask you about how the hiring process goes when organization hire across all levels, what are the core competencies they look for?
See, whenever they are hiring, the first thing is if it is a very initial level job, they will look at competencies as to are you able to learn, are you able to understand the general communication skills,
Right,
are you able to communicate well. Communication skills, in fact, is more than speaking English, but then organizations talk about are you able to communicate, what the channel of
right.
communication, are you able to use it properly. They'll just give a very initial, are you understanding the if you are going for an accountant's job, do you understand what an accountant does? Do you understand the basic terminologies of
Right,
accountancy?
right.
If you're going for a finance job, do you understand the basic terminologies of a financial job? So
Like
those are the
basic
hard
core
skills.
competencies of the job, which is like job
Absolutely.
description, which we can say you should be well versed with the job responsibility and all.
Absolutely, yes, that is very, very important. If you're going for an interview, be it any level, if
Mm.
you're going for an interview, you should be very sure as to what you're going for, right? Which you
Right.
might have
Mm.
applied for three, four jobs. You should be very, very
Mm.
clear as to which job interviewer is actually approaching to, what is
Right.
the job description, what is the
Mm.
company, and do not confuse yourself. And then go for that job. That clarity has to be there. Only then you can connect with the interviewer, what the interviewer is asking.
Right.
You can
Right.
tell them, you can show them your technical skills, you can show them your hard skills, what you are made of, right? So that
Correct.
is very important when you go for an interview. You should be
Mhm.
well versed with your company, you should be well versed with your job description, and you should also be well versed with your own CV, right?
Right.
That is also very, very important because I have taken interviews and I've seen youngsters, they don't know what they've written in their CV, right? So it is very important that you need to understand what you have written in your CV, well
Correct.
versed with what it is, what, and you're able to say what you have written in your CV.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
justify yourself. So that is very important when you are going for you are able to even if you're going for a middle level or a higher level position, what responsibilities and duties that you have done in your company, you should be actually well versed with that. You should know what you have done, and you
Right.
should be able to articulate it well. Right, it is very
Correct.
important that you articulate it also. You've done, that's fine, but if you're not able to do articulate what you have done, then it
Ah.
doesn't hold any meaning,
Correct.
isn't it? So you should be able to do that as well. So
Right.
once you go for an interview, be sure that you are able to say what you have done in a very clear, very nice manner, so that there is a clarity in the interviewer that
Right.
yes, this is the person who is right for my job.
Right. Right. And if we talk about specifically for middle management and senior management, what are the like core competencies they look for those kind of a role?
Yeah, so once you enter, your technical skills are very important when you enter a job,
Yeah.
right? Your qualifications, your degree, what you have done in your college, they are very, very important for entering the door, for getting that opportunity. But
Right.
once you're done that, once you learn the tricks of the trade in the organization, the next thing is how you deal with people.
Right.
Because in an organization, you are dealing with people every time.
Correct.
Be it a
Correct.
higher level, be it a lower level, you're dealing with people every time. You're dealing with your
Correct.
peers, you're dealing with your manager, you're dealing with your super boss, you're dealing with
Mhm.
people in other departments. So people skills are very, very necessary. And number two, self-development skills are also very, very necessary,
Okay.
right? When you have entered your job, the first thing is to develop yourself. Apart from knowing the processes and the systems and all those of the company, start developing yourself with certain skills like time management skills,
Right.
how to manage your time properly. Now you're doing a job, so if you are wanting to do something else, how do I manage my job and that
Right.
together? So learn some time management tools and techniques so
Mhm.
that you're able to learn something new. Because many times I've seen youngsters, once they start doing a job, once they
Mhm.
enter a job, they say, "But I don't have time. I
Mhm.
just don't have time." Right?
This
This is
is
a common,
common phenomena.
absolutely. So that's why I'm picking up this particular skill first. That nobody has time.
Ah,
Fact
true.
is, everybody has 24 hours,
Correct,
right?
correct.
It is all about managing them properly, right?
Yes.
So learn some tools and tricks how you can manage that time. Second skill, once you enter the corporate world, is to understand how you're going to work as a team,
Right.
right? You have to work as a team, and that is very, very important. You cannot stand alone and work. It's not going to happen. You have to
Right, right.
understand that you are a part of a team, and you have to become a team player. There will be instances where you will be working alone, but that will be very different. But there are more instances that you are working as a team, so you should be a team player.
Right.
Third thing that I want those people who are entering is that if some job is given to you, take it and
Mhm.
do it, learn it and do it. Don't just say,
Correct.
I don't know. If you're able to learn it, tell them, I'll take it. Just give me some tips. As I said, ask for
Right.
help,
Ask
right?
for it.
When ask for help, you will learn a lot of things and you
Correct.
will become an initiator. People love initiators. People
Mhm.
love proactive people. Become proactive. Take responsibility. And if mistakes happen, that's okay. Mistakes happens
Correct,
with each
correct,
and
correct.
every one of us.
Mhm.
Learn from that mistake. Take an accountability of it and find out a solution to that. If you can become that person who is ready
Right.
to take up responsibility, who is ready to own up accountability for your mistakes, and who is ready to give up certain solutions. That solution might be a perfect solution, not a perfect solution, that doesn't matter. It
Correct.
shows how you're thinking. It shows that you are
Right.
ready to work for the
Mhm.
organization, and that's what matters, right? And if you're ready to do all these things, you will be the go-to person for the manager. The managers are
Correct.
always looking out for those types of people in a team whom they can go to at the drop of a hat, and become that person once you enter the organization. And that will
Right.
take you to that middle level where you start handling a team. There
Correct.
you need to
Mhm.
understand how to deal with your people, because there are different types of people in a team. Now when you're becoming a team leader or a manager, that's your middle level position.
Right,
There
right.
you need to understand how to deal with different types of people, different type of characteristics,
Yes.
understand their
Mhm.
weaknesses and their strengths, try to delegate work. Delegation comes, you start working from here, delegate on
Right.
your delegation skills by understanding as to who is good at what and giving them work accordingly, and who is weak, how can you help them
Right.
come out of their
Mhm.
weakness, improve them. So that's where a manager and a team leader comes into it.
Correct.
Can work very hard, the people skills. And when you go to the top level, then you have a lot of people to manage. Right? You do
Mhm.
not manage those people who are at the very lower level. You manage those people who are your team leaders and managers. So they
Correct.
have a completely different of outlook. Managing them require a completely different kind of people management skills,
Correct.
right? Because they are already managing people, so they also consider themselves as leaders. So you
Right.
have to become a leader who is able to manage a leader.
Correct. Leader of
And
leaders.
yeah, leader of leaders. So there you have a different kind of management
Right.
leadership skills, where you're understanding your leaders and you are giving them jobs or tasks that can actually build the organization, because now you're
Right.
looking at the organization as a whole. So you should bring up your leaders to such a level that you can align them with the organizational goals, and you create a
Right.
leadership leadership platform, a leadership
Mhm.
community, where if one person is not there, the job doesn't get stopped.
Correct.
It just keeps on moving on, and everybody has their own importance as well at the same time. So
True.
that is what a leader of leader needs to think about organizational strategies and how to input each and every person in that organizational strategies to actually align their behavioral tendencies with the
Correct,
organization and
correct.
achieve the ultimate goal where people also grow and the organization also grows.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Really wonderful. You have specified all the things in a like small way, and it was really easy and understandable. So now I would like to know more onto it, like how these core competencies can be developed to have a success and a growth in the organizations. Once you have entered into the organization, like how you can succeed further.
Yeah. So there are two ways. One is that your organization, nowadays, a lot of organizations are becoming a learning organization.
Right.
You can see that they are inculcating learnings into their teams, and they're actually, in a way, they are forcing also their forcing and encouraging their team members to go and
To
work
go
on
and
the LMS.
learn.
Through LMSs, and they have made this as a part of their performance criteria as well.
Right.
And rather than cribbing, I would say I've seen a lot of people do that. So I would say do not do that. This is a great opportunity for you. Go and start learning new things, because if the
Correct.
organization themselves is giving you the time to learn and the
Right.
platform to learn free of cost, free of
True.
cost,
True.
do not let that opportunity go,
Hmm.
right? Whenever you get time, log into your LMS and start self-developing yourself. Whenever there is a seat in any corporate training that is, coming up, log in yourself, put your name down, and say, you know what, I'm going to be a part of that particular learning and development
Right.
training program. So
Hmm.
make it a part of, be a part of it. Another way is to learn through doing. Right?
Right.
You keep on doing, you learn through it, learn through your own mistakes, and of course, you read a lot of books. I would say go and read a lot of books. And
Right.
another thing is that there are competencies that are laid down at each level by each organization. Identify those competencies where you are weak at, and go ahead and try to develop those competencies as well.
Right.
Because if you become at those competencies where you find that, this, I'm not good at this competency, and I'm not able to perform the job because I lack this particular competency, go and check up that competency. If you're not, and if your manager is also saying that, there is a lack in this particular competency, do
Right.
not take it in a negative, take it in a positive way, take it as an opportunity to
Correct.
develop that competency.
Correct.
Go ahead, ask people, or going to log into LMS or going to webinars. Today there are a lot of platforms to learn. Read
Yeah.
books so that that competency is developed, that is specified within the organization.
Right. Right. So you have to like look into that way. What are the things you should work on? What are the things you are lacking? And also understand what is the requirement of the organization as well. So you have to balance
Yes.
it out between both the things, and definitely
Absolutely.
learning is the only way you can learn and grow. Definitely.
True.
So if I talk about you as a person, you is like mentioned that you were an introvert earlier. So how you transform yourself from introvert or towards kind of extrovert? What was the process you followed, or how you transformed from like from your introvert to an extrovert kind of a thing?
Yeah, a lot of people ask me that you are an introvert, but your career is a completely extroversion kind of a career.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, it is a myth that introverts cannot become public speakers. It is an out and out myth. I can tell you from my own experience, I am an out and out introvert. Even today, if you make me sit in a group, I will be the last person to talk. I will be more of an observer, because
Right.
introverts I've seen are more of an observer. They actually listen, they just sit and listen. They do not jump in and talk. So I'll be the last person even today to talk. But I have chosen a career which is completely public speaking, facing public, talking to a lot
Right.
of people,
Right.
people sitting there and judging me as to what I'm saying, right? So this is a complete myth that introverts cannot have an extroversion tendency. Actually, a famous psychologist once said that if you are either a completely introvert or a complete extrovert, you will actually lose your mental balance. It is not it is not possible. With situations you change. Okay,
Right.
so any introvert out there who is listening to me, I would like to tell them that please do not stop yourself saying that, or do not undermine yourself saying that you're an introvert.
Right.
It's good to be an introvert too. It's good to be an extrovert too. Both have their pros and cons. Both characteristics have their pros and cons, and you can adopt, you can adapt to the situation accordingly.
Right.
I'm a trainer. I'm an introvert. I'm a trainer. I'm speaking to you on a public platform,
Yeah.
right? I make YouTube videos as well. So this is the other side of me,
Right.
right? When I'm a person, that is a personal side of me. So career, you can become an extrovert. It's a complete myth that introverts cannot go into public speaking, cannot become public trainers, or could not go into any public oriented careers. It is a myth.
Right.
It doesn't happen like that. Please do
Definitely.
not keep that barrier in. I would like to request all the introverts who are listening to you, do not keep that as a barrier for moving forward in your life and coming out of your comfort zone and taking up the career that you always dream of taking up.
Correct. Absolutely. And I buy this point completely because I am kind of a person who is on the same boat. So now moving on to the next one. So if I talk about your journey, who are the people supported you the most?
Well, apart from my parents, my spouse, of course, my friends, I have very few friends, but all of them are so supportive.
Right.
And everybody have, if I have, even if my parents, my spouse, everybody, when I tell them that, I want to do this, they've all said, okay, this is what you want to do. If you're sure about it, just go ahead and do it.
Right.
We are there to support you. Right? They've always supported me. Parents have always supported me in whatever decision I've taken. Of course, they do ask their inquisitive questions as to, okay, why do you think like that? Why do you want to start on your own? Why don't you join a corporate? That's very inquisitive. That's very natural, right? So if I satisfy them, they're like, okay, if you are, I mean, they should be satisfied that I am also confident that what I want to do, right? So those questions are coming because they want to see my confidence, and they have all been a great support. My parents, my spouse, my friends, they have really come out when I said, I want to open up my, and they are like, you will do great. You have actually done this. You are there in your past. It's okay. I think you will be great. So that support is always there. And my inspiration have been all those corporate trainers who have come and given trainings in the corporate world in front of me, who stood there. There have been corporate trainers. They have actually inspired me to take this particular step, right? And on a public stage, I would say Tony Robbins is one of the inspirational person when it comes to an international stage, and when it comes to the Indian stage, I would say Gaur Gopal Das is one of the inspirations that I've always followed.
Wonderful.
I really love what they speak. I really love what they do, and they really inspire me in my journey.
Wonderful. I was about to ask about your inspiration and motivation in life. You have specified already, but if you have to name somebody other than them, is there a list which you have, or you have specified everyone?
I think I have specified everyone, and this keeps on changing sometimes.
Right.
When I find new people and I find new people around, I actually go and listen to them as to what they are saying and how they are saying, what is their style. I learn from that as well. So these are the two names that actually crop up right now in front of me because these are the currents that I'm following. But yes, there are many other people who I'm sure I'm following, but I'm not able to remember their names right now.
It's okay, absolutely fine. Yeah. So now, I want to know about what is your take on success? What do you feel about success? How does it look like to you?
For me, success, money is there. Everybody wants money. That is, I will not
Yeah,
say, oh no, no, I don't want money. That is a cliched.
correct. This
I'm
is the
not going
thing
to say
without
that.
which you can't think your life.
You can't sustain yourself, right?
Yeah.
So that is there. But apart from that, if you ask me, what success to me is
Mm.
when somebody comes up and tells me, you know
Mm.
what you have taught me, it really helped me in my life.
Right.
That is success. When I see people grow based on what I have told them, what I have
Mm.
guided them, when
Yeah.
I can help them, even in the most minimal manner, if I've helped them and it has actually shown results, that is success for me. I
That is
am
really
more than
important. Mm.
happy. That is very important. I'm more than happy. Like some months back, somebody came to me and
Mm.
out of the blue, they just told me, I actually followed whatever you taught me in the email writing etiquettes session.
Mm.
I followed, and really it has benefited me. I've really started writing really good emails, and that is success for
Great.
me.
That is really
That is
wonderful.
I've
Mm.
spent so much effort in giving my knowledge, and somebody's taken it and applied it and actually
Yeah.
found out got help from it. That
Correct.
is what success is to me, actually.
Correct. Correct. And this is kind of really important thing in life. When people appreciate you, you also feel like appreciated yourself too. That you are doing something
Absolutely,
good in
yes.
life.
Absolutely,
Kind
yes.
of
It's
inner
like,
happiness, I would say.
yes, yes. I mean, and no amount of money, I would say, this is a cliched statement, but no
Ah,
amount of money can give you that happiness, that
correct.
satisfaction that statement gave me. And that
Right.
that actually encouraged me to do more, to
More.
work
Mm.
more hard, and come with blazing guns again with for other
Yes,
trainings of
yes,
mine.
yes, definitely. So now we are moving on to the last question. Any message, advice, or like anything valuable information you would like to share with our audiences, viewers, and listeners?
Yes, I would like to say that never stop learning. That's always my motto in life, and I would like to tell you that never stop learning. Go wherever you find knowledge, go and
Yeah.
take it, because that is always going to help you in one way or the other in your life. Today it might not come in use to you, but after two
Right.
3 days you will find that yes, this is what I learned that day, and that is useful for me. So knowledge never ever goes waste. It will always help you. So whenever
Right.
you get a chance to learn, to know new things, do not miss out on the opportunity by saying I don't have time. Please do not do that. Take out time, take out as much time as you can to learn and grow yourself every day.
Right. This is really important. So I must say it was an amazing discussion we had, and the kind of insights you have shared, the topic you have covered was really informative and useful to many people if they try to implement that in their life. And this can really help them to grow in their career, maybe whatever level they are. So it will really help them. And I enjoyed our conversation a lot. Looking forward to hearing from you soon again. Thank you so much, Srijitha, for your time. And also, I would like to share your link and social media so with the video and audio also, so that people can be in touch with you, take your help wherever they feel like. So I would share that. So guys, don't forget to check that out too. And finally, thank you so much everyone for watching and listening. I hope you all must have gathered a lot of information and enjoyed watching it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a good time. Thank you and bye bye.
Bye-bye, and I would just like to add that it was great. Thank you very much, Jitendra, for giving me a platform to share my views and opinions. I've subscribed to your channel, and you take really great interviews. So, and each and every interview is like knowing the other person, what the other person thinks. And
Yeah.
as I told you, it's a great learning experience for me too. So, thank you very much. It has been a pleasure to be a part of your channel.
Thank you so much. Pleasure is mine.